Sure, I'd be glad to. I'm a member of the Atlantic Life community. I've been active as much as I can in the last several years in trying to make statements about the horrors that we're all facing at this point in terms of the increasing risks of global annihilation, that the causes of which we believe can be traced very directly to what goes on at the Pentagon and what goes on in the whole war machinery of this government. We've been trying to be a part of what communities of resistance are going on, and been doing what I feel are really important things. I'm a member of the Kairos community in New York City, which has been protesting and making a witness at Riverside Research Institute. I've been for quite some years a member of the War Resisters League, and I've been a part of the statements and actions in resistance to nuclear power construction and the nuclear weapons terror that we all face, particularly focused in New York City, but throughout other parts of the East Coast. And folks that have been together in resistance in these areas for several years have come together, and our thinking has moved sometimes almost inexplicably in a clear focus at times that for reasons that are almost impossible to explain come out in acts of community witness and community spirit that can't be totally explained, I think, in terms of what happened exactly or when did you meet a certain person or a certain group. The folks that came together for the Plowshares 8 have all been thinking for quite some time together in terms of the necessity of making a statement suggesting the physical destruction of nuclear weapons, the nonviolent physical destruction of nuclear weapons as the alternative to the arms race. It's time that we have to think in terms really of absolutes. We have to think in terms of there being no justification whatsoever for nuclear weapons at all, or even weapons at all, or even thinking in terms of war and violence as a basis of human relationships. The point that we've come to at this point in the arms race that was perhaps inevitable in the first creation of the atomic bomb suggests that we're beyond a point of rationality that suggests that, well, if we wait a few years, or if we take a few easy alternatives, or if we just think about the problem, it might go away. We're in a point of total crisis in my thinking at this point, and I think as well in the thinking of the folks that have joined in this action, and that there is no turning away from the absolute challenge that we all face to address ourselves and our lives to the urgency of saying that that as far as the new weapons machinery, particularly the new toys of the Pentagon, the Trident, the MX, and the Mark 12A use in the Minuteman Missile 3 system, that all of these things we have to say absolutely never again, and not at all. There's no compatibility between thinking in terms of weapons of this kind and the survival of our civilization. And it's pretty hard to be terribly specific. Your question, I think I may have strayed a bit from your question. Maybe I'll try to get back to it if I can. We've talked, of course, in community for quite a long time, relating ourselves to the resistance of sisters and brothers throughout the country and throughout other parts of the world, addressing Trident on the West Coast in Washington, Trident in Connecticut at Groton, at Electric Boat. The obvious connections with nuclear power at Seabrook, at Indian Point, at Shoreham, and we've tried to go to the companies that are researching and doing development and trying to see all of the aspects of this, and have been making statements and witness together that has in many ways focused on the range of the production the involvement of these companies and organizations in the production, design and production and deployment of the weapons systems, and for years have taken the risks of civil disobedience, and I think at this point are beginning to think seriously must be thinking seriously in terms of a turning point, of a time where the simple existence of these weapons and their physical destruction as a statement about the necessity of their being eliminated from their participation in a civilization is a serious consideration, and a serious consideration on the level of civil disobedience, because the culture that has produced these, the civilization that has produced these machines of death, machines of unthinkable death, is a civilization that contemplating genocide as a viable policy is itself illegal, and for that reason must be witnessed on a level of civil disobedience. There must be a testimony in some sense on a level of civil disobedience as a testimony to that illegality and to that injustice with respect to humanity and with respect to the survival of humanity.